outside, the freeze is over. I thought it was going to kill all the plants. Thought it was going to kill them all. We're waiting for a couple seconds, a couple of minutes, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Probably not that long on Soapman Sessions number 2. How are we looking?
I'm gonna tag a couple people in it.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Hey to everybody, we're still out in the country doing well. Hopefully this message finds you guys well as this COVID thing just continues to get crazier and crazier. Please be careful as some of the states open up earlier than they probably should. Ours is one that's actually opening early. Wear your masks, wash your hands, social distance. But again, we're doing well. We've gotten some updates for each of the stores, Detroit, DC, and Baltimore. It looks like we're going to be coming back right around the 1st of June, based upon all we're hearing. We'll give you more updates next week. Meanwhile, you can still get us online. Everything is still available. The site is jamming out. We're shipping tons of orders. We have plenty of product. So you really have, that's the only way you can really get us right now. So we get calls every day. Hey, is the store open? We won't be opening until we get okays from the governors and mayors of each of the states where we have stores. So when they say that non-essential businesses can open, we will open probably a week or two after that. We were just in our store in Baltimore, starting to do a major clean. We'll do the same thing a week or two prior to opening in Detroit. And we'll be coming up with some new guidelines as to how you can interact with us in the stores to make sure that everybody's safe. Travel schedule. Travel schedule is being pushed back. I think we got a few more cancellation of events. I think we posted Essence as one of them. The African Festival in Brooklyn is another one that has been canceled. So we're at July 4th right about now with event cancellations. We're still guessing that we will be back around Labor Day if we give it a 4-week buffer, but that's where we stand right now. Contest. We did a contest last week, and we're actually going to do another one this week. The contest last week was for what? Soap. We gave away 4 packs of soap, actually 1 pack to each person that shared the video as we were going live. We're going to do the same thing this week, not with soap though, with whipped shea butter. We will give away 4 individual packs, and we'll do a drawing based upon the folks that shared on both Instagram and Facebook. But the winners for the first contest were, drum roll please. Nice roll. Lamb Lambert, winner number 1. No, you're fine. Leave it right. No, you're right there. Lamb Lambert, winner number 1. And winner number 2, Jay McKnight. Winner number 3, Nia Ujima, spelled Ujima. And winner number 4 was Dasha Randall. Okay? What we need each of you to do, and I'll repeat the names again: Lamb Lambert first, Jay McKnight second, Nia Ujima third, and Dasha Randall fourth. What we need each of you to do is just inbox us either on Facebook or Instagram, give us your address, and then let us know which 4-pack of soap you want, and we will get that off to you within the next couple of days. Okay. Again, the contest this week, whipped shea butter. 4, please share the video. Now we get into things. Why are we going live? We're still getting a ton of questions. So we wanted to take time to kind of walk you through the second section of what we're doing. The second section is going to be around moisturizers. The first session that we did last week was around the soap and body washes. So this week it's moisturizers and sugar scrubs. Next week it will actually be hair care. We're going to take you through pretty much how to differentiate between each product, because we get orders all the time and folks will confuse mango butter with cocoa mango butter with other products. So we'll take time and actually walk you through that. If you have questions, please submit your questions online on the feed, and we will answer them as we go. And if we don't answer them as we go through this process, we will swing back at the end, and then do a bunch of Q&A, and you can, again, react to the feed as you go, and we'll deal with the questions from there. All right, hopefully we'll get them all as we go. On the moisturizer review, I'm going to start with exotic butters because that's where the most confusion and amount of questions is. On the exotic butters, we make a couple of different things. We do a cocoa butter, which is actually a cocoa butter blend. It's 75% cocoa butter and 25% shea butter. And the reason that we do the cocoa butter blend that way is cocoa butter is incredibly hard. I mean, like uber hard. So we blend it down, and even with it being blended down, it's still relatively firm. I can actually pop this thing out because it's that firm, okay? It is firm, firm, firm. Cocoa butter has been around for a long, long time. I remember my mother buying it and using it, and it has that distinctive cacao chocolate smell to it. What's really cool about it is everybody thinks of shea butter when they think of stretch marks, but cocoa butter was the original. Vitamin A and C content is incredibly high. It's phenomenal for wrinkles. It's phenomenal for stretch marks. It's rich in plant matter, and I think they're called phytonutrients in plants. Again, amazing. I use it when I'm incredibly dry, and it does a really great job. The only challenge with cocoa butter is it can tend to be slow absorbing, okay? So you don't want to put this on and then try and get dressed and go to church or go to work because you're still going to be oily. You need to give this about 15 minutes to actually absorb in. It sits on the skin for a little bit, and then it works its way in. Does a great job, but again, it's not the quick and dirty. The second thing is our coconut oil. And we actually do coconut oil, so you can actually see it. We do coconut oil in both plain and in a cocoa mango scented. Personally, the differentiator for me on coconut oil versus shea butter is it's going to be a lot lighter. It's a lot lighter. You touch it and you rub it in pretty much the same way you do the shea butter, but it goes to oil immediately. Okay, I do more coconut oil in the summertime versus the shea butter in the winter. What's nice about the coconut oil is you can actually use it in your hair and on your skin. It is phenomenal for cradle cap. It's rich in fatty acids, so you feel that oil sensation, all over. And it tends to be very, very oily. It goes to oil like relatively quickly, but it absorbs in relatively fast. Now, you still don't want to put this on and try and jump in your clothes real quick, but you can do about 4 or 5 minutes and it gets in. It doesn't give the heavier feel that shea butter does, but again, in the summertime when you're hot, it does a real nice job. Again, that's available in both a plain and a scented. One of the cool things about it as well, in addition to cradle cap on kids, it's great if you have locks or natural hair and it tends to be flaky. It's also antibacterial. Okay, the next thing, mango butter. This is a huge point of confusion. This is listed in our exotic butters on our website, so I'll let you take a look at the label first. It's listed in our exotic butters on the website, and it has absolutely no smell. It actually does come from mango. It's very high in vitamin C content. It's kind of, to me, a cross between the look and feel of shea butter and the look and feel of coconut oil. A lot of folks like it for aging skin and evening your skin tone, so it does a pretty good job there. It is also slow absorbing. So again, you don't want to take this and try and use this and then hop in your clothes real quick. But the key note on this, great moisturizer, does a nice job of brightening and evening your skin tone. It does not have a scent. So although it comes from mango butter, or comes from mangoes, it doesn't smell like mangoes at all. It's kind of a neutral, non-scented. It doesn't have that smoky sort of shea butter scent, smoky nutty scent. It's just like plain. Not like a coconut oil, which has a distinctive coconut sort of scent to it. Okay, black seed oil. This is also under the exotic butters. We're actually going to add a second size on our website for this. This thing is supposed to cure everything but death. It's been around for 1,000 years. People have been using it for a long, long, long time. It actually comes from cumin seed oil. I take it orally every day, and you can actually use it topically. If you're having eczema flare-ups, phenomenal for that. And it has a distinctive sort of rosemary intense type taste to it. I do a couple teaspoons every morning, but for high blood pressure, for diabetes, for several other maladies and situations, black seed oil, phenomenal. Again, it's an oil base. It has a really rosemary distinctive sort of smell to it, but it also absorbs in pretty well. Okay. Again, internal and external. Okay, from there we're going to move to our scented coconut oil in mango, and you'll find this on the website. Let me show you this. I'll give you the label first. The scented coconut oil in mango, same sort of feel as the other coconut oil, but it's got that distinctive mango flavor that we're famous for in our cocoa mango. So if you want something lighter, again, coconut oil. If you want something heavier, the shea butter. If you want something really, really light, the lotions, which we'll get to later. I love it. And if you like our cocoa mango, it's a welcome addition. Again, summertime, you want something lighter, great look, great feel. From here, we're going to move to the hair and body oil. And Ms. Jackson, would you grab us some lotions from inside? I forgot to bring them out. The hair and body oil we have in a variety of different flavors. We've got it in our mango, frankincense and myrrh, kush, and lavender. Now on the hair and body oil, we'll do the most popular one. We'll actually bring it up for you so you can actually see it. It is a blend of soy oil, shea oil, and castor oil. Okay? It is really light as well. So if you are averse to scents that or feels that are like really heavy and greasy, it's not. You can use it in your hair, and if you need a light moisturizer, feeling a little bit dry there, you can also use it on your skin. I tend to do a blend, so if you want a really strong layered effect from the mango or from the lavender or from the frankincense and myrrh, you can go with the cocoa mango hair oil, and then you can put on the shea butter, and you know, if you have ash after that, you need Jesus. So from there, we'll bounce back to the butters, and then we'll get to the lotions, and I'll actually kind of take you through how the lotions actually work. Actually, got lotions coming into the screen now. I had a couple of them. I forgot to put them on the shelf. All right. The lotions, they actually fit into the product line as a light moisturizer. Some folks have issues with heavier feeling moisturizers, and with our lotions, they're all aloe vera based, and they have a really nice feel to them. We worked on these for a long time. This is actually version 3 of the lotion. We changed it up at the end of 2018, so you still get that nice hard shea moisture sort of feeling, shea butter moisturizing sort of feeling going in, but it absorbs in really, really quickly. Again, aloe vera juice base, glycerin, emulsifying wax. It's 95% organic. I love it. It's, again, easy on. And we do it in several different flavors. We do a mango, we do a kush, we do a plain, and we also do one that we didn't put on last week because the mosquitoes were eating us up, and we should have had it. And we normally make this version of it, which is our bug off version, from March until the end of the year, and then we stop because it gets cool and the bugs kind of go in. This is the bug off version, and it's got the same base as the other lotions, but what's different about it is it's made in addition, whoa, got a lot of it. In addition to that base, we add in apple cider vinegar and witch hazel, and it also, and I got maybe a little bit too much, it also has witch hazel and then citronella and then lemongrass. And it's got a little bit of herbal catnip in it. The herbal catnip is kind of cool in that it's completely natural, and it's 50 times more powerful than DEET, which is the main ingredient in off, which is kind of toxic, but it's non-toxic. So it's completely plant-based, and we actually grow catnip on the farm here. The apple cider vinegar is a natural bug repellent, and the witch hazel is a bug repellent as well. Okay, so that pretty much takes you through the exotic butters. The exotic butters are found under our moisturizing tab, under exotic butters on the website. They are completely different than the shea butters and the coconut oils. So if you have a question about what to order and you just see mango butter and you're used to buying cocoa mango, that's not it. And in this day and age, we can't take returns on them. So please make sure if you have a question, either ask us or read the site. We kind of do a good job of differentiating the whipped, the regular shea butters, and then the exotic butters. Okay? Sugar scrubs. Come on in. If you see us at Capitol Jazz or any of the major festivals, we actually have these in really large containers. They're in 5-gallon containers that weigh about 60, 70 pounds a piece. They are made up of brown sugar, raw turbinado sugar from Hawaii in 2 different sizes, shea oil, soy oil, and then we put either fragrance or essential oil in them. These are what they look like. Okay, and that's the plain. Here's the mango, the cocoa mango, which is the most popular one. We also do an activated charcoal, a lemon. That's the activated charcoal. That's the lemon. And this has actual salicylic acid in it. And we get a lot of questions on, well, how do you use the scrubs? So I'm going to give you just a mini demonstration of how they work. Most of the time when I'm scrubbing, I'm doing it in the shower. So you already want to wash first. So this is our body wash. And we get the question, well, does your body wash actually lather really well? And it actually does. So I'm going just straight body wash. I'm going to add a little water. And then we're going to get this party started. So I'm doing just the generic hand wash, and I think based upon Dr. Fauci's recommendations, we should do this for what, like 30, 45 seconds?
Sing the ABCs.
Okay. All right, well, I'm singing the ABCs, but I'm doing the abbreviated version.
Or the first verse of Rapper's Delight.
You don't stop until the bang bang boogie. So up jump the boogie. Skilly bebop re-rock, Scooby Doo. All right, so that's the wash. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse off. And when I'm in the shower, I don't necessarily dry off, but I want you to actually see the scrub from here. Then I go to the scrub, and this stuff, we can't keep it in stock. This will have you soft as a baby's butt. I go in the shower, and I just rub it in my hands or on my body, and I rub it until it actually completely dissolves. Now I have rough sandpaper hands. Normally I can rub my hands on a piece of 2x4 and not get splinters, and take it down a little bit, smooth it out. But this'll get the dead skin off, and then all you do after that is rinse. So we're gonna rinse. And you can see the water beating right on my hands. And you're done. Now you can't smell this, but that was actually the peppermint scrub. And that peppermint stays with you. It's very minty, like it's very minty, very tingly. So, and I'm not gonna put any more moisturizer on until I get to that section, but really, look at my hands. You don't need to. That gets you right. Okay? From here, questions on the shea butter. We did a whole write-up on our website on shea butter. We've been importing it for almost 20 years. We get the question, do you guys sell shea butter? No, we don't. We used to sell in bulk to other folks, and that got to be a lesson in futility. Well, how do we use it? And it's not working well for us. We developed our own recipes. We self-imported. We actually had to go to Africa a few times to actually get it right. We have great contacts, and we just import for ourselves. So we don't sell it in bulk. We only import for ourselves. Shea butter, where does it come from? Shea butter comes from West Africa, Central Africa, and East Africa, but primarily from West Africa. Mali, Ghana, Burkina Faso. There is some shea butter in Nigeria. It's not as good. There is some shea butter in East Africa. It's more liquidy. So if you want a liquid version, and we actually do sell some of that, or used to sell some of that as our shea oil. At room temperature, it's liquid, and then as you cool it down, it solids up. But general shea butter comes from this tree called the carrot tree. And the tree produces a fruit that looks a lot like a kiwi. And inside that fruit is a seed that looks like a olive or a Spanish olive. That seed gets ground up to actually make the butter. The stuff that you see in street festivals where they have a big gourd and they say, what's the shea nut? That's actually a gourd or a suitcase. That's not the nut. The nuts are actually that nut. Okay? Those nuts get ground up, they get steamed, they get mixed, and they're primarily gathered by women in West Africa. So if you looked at the shea butter trade, women run that trade in West Africa, and we do business with a couple of cooperatives, and that's how we bring it in. What's the shelf life? Well, good question. If you're not controlling or direct importing your shea butter, you don't know how old it is. Traditionally, the harvest takes place April, May-ish. The seeds can be stored and held for up to 2 years. Traditionally, from the point that the seeds are cracked and the butter is actually mixed, you have about 15 months. So if you kind of take a step back and go, okay, well, it's 15 months from being cracked in West Africa. How long does it take to get from West Africa to here? That can be anywhere from 2 to 2.5, 6 weeks to 2 months, depending on trades coming in country, then going on the ship, then getting from the ship to the U.S., and then going through customs, which can be a nightmare. So 12 to 15 months is your shelf life. If your product does not have an expiration date on it, don't buy it. If you're not comfortable that the person that's creating your shea product is the direct importer, don't buy it, because you have no idea how old it is. If they are not filtering your shea butter, don't buy it. We go through a process of triple filtering where we screen it and then we filter down to 5 micron because it can be really nasty. Bugs, dirt, a variety of things can still be there from the manufacturing process. Unless you clean it, you're really putting dirt back on your skin. And since we manufacture soap, we don't want to create soap that has dirt in it. So we're real anal about the process. We actually designed our own melting and filtration systems so that we could bring you a product that was up to the level that we expect to deliver, which is world class. Okay? On the shea butters, we'll go this way. I'll meet you guys around on this side. Go that way. We start off with a plain, which is our raw. The raw actually has nothing in it. It's gonna have that look and consistency. It can be from off-white to a tannish sort of color. So, you know, since you're buying a natural graded product, think of it as bananas. Not every banana you're going to buy is going to be exactly the same shape. It's not going to be exactly the same color, so there's some tolerances in there. Shea butter is available in grades A through D. Shea butter is actually noted, or beurre de karité as the French would say, is actually noted for having high vitamin A, E, and cinnamic content. It is non-saponable, so we traditionally use it as a super fatting agent in our soap, which gives our soap that really moisturizing, luxurious feel to it. Because we put more in than you're supposed to put in. In fact, our soaps are between 25 and 30% shea butter, and nobody's doing that much in terms of butter. And we're able to maintain a very aggressive cost factor because we buy so much of it. We buy so much of that, we buy so much coconut oil, and we can kind of make it happen. It has a unique feel to it, and it has a unique smell. It should be nutty and somewhat smoky. If it smells like it has gone bad, it has a really high pitched sort of tinty smell to it, then you don't want it. Nutty, smoky. I rub it directly in my hands to warm it up first, and then I apply it. If you try and directly apply it to your skin on the outside, unless you are really, really warm-blooded, it's going to be a lot longer. I do it out of the shower, and I recommend you do it out of the shower because your body temperature is traditionally raised. You got a little bit of moisture content on your skin. It absorbs much faster. It absorbs much, much faster when you do it that way. You do not want to microwave it. When you microwave it, you kill all of the properties that make it great. Okay? You don't want to microwave it. All right? So never, ever microwave it. You don't want to keep the lid off the container. The enemies of shea butter are light and heat. Okay? So keep the container on, or excuse me, oxygen and heat. Keep the container top on it when you're not using it. Keep it out of the microwave. Keep it out of direct sunlight. It's going to last a lot longer. If you don't do those things, it will go a lot faster. Now, what I said before, best by dates. Every product that we make has a best by date on it, and that's traditionally a year out from when it was manufactured. Because we're a direct importer, you probably have 2 or 3 months, 2 months max on top of that. But best by dates on all products. The shea butter comes in raw. It comes in the most popular scent that we make, the Cocoa Mango, which is the bomb. We probably make a few thousand of these every week. We can't keep this one in stock. It is always fresh. Okay. The second tier of popularity in terms of butters would be our fruited scents. We have a strawberry, which I wish you could smell this. This smells like, oh, let me show you the label. This smells like a field of strawberries. And the reason I know that it smells like a field of strawberries is because I grow strawberries. It's the bomb. It is top 5. We have a pear. That's an ugly label on that pear. We have a pear, which is one of the top 5 scents as well. A pineapple, which has an amazing pineapple scent to it. So if you're into tropical scents, between the mango and the pineapple, you're good. We also do an orange sickle. Now, the orange sickle is, again, fashioned after that old scent that you used to get from the ice cream man on the push-up pops. You know, so memories of the ice cream man is what we call it. It smells exactly like those old orange sickles. Then we have more herbal scents. We've got a lemongrass, that pear's in the wrong place, and a peppermint. If you work out, the peppermint is the bomb. It is very tingly, it is very invigorating, and that is because it's made with peppermint essential oil, and peppermint brings blood to the surface of the skin, and it gives you that tingly sort of feeling. So if you need to like kind of rejuvenate after a workout, the bomb. We do lemongrass. The lemongrass is also made from lemongrass essential oil. It is and antifungal as well, and it keeps the bugs off of it. So you've got two options for the bugs. You've got our bug off lotion, and you have the lemongrass shea butter. Okay, other side. I'll meet you guys on the other side. We have the earthy scents, which I hate to say they're more masculine. Because I have a ton of sisters that buy sandalwood shea butter, which is this one, and use it. It's a really earthy sandalwood, and it's a sandalwood essential oil as well. We have a frankincense and myrrh. And then my personal favorite, we have a Kush. Not to be mistaken with Kush the weed, more so Kush the old school incense that you were burning while you were smoking weed in college. That's another story. It's got a really musky sort of, it's not Egyptian musk, but more of a musky sort of smell to it. It's a little bit stronger than the sandalwood, but completely different. So it's one of those ones that from an earthy standpoint, it's our most popular earthy scent. Then we make a honeysuckle. So if you've ever tasted or run around on your grandparents' farm like I did, the honeysuckle plants that we used to take the stem off of and suck on, this smells just like that. This will take you back. Then we do a vanilla and a chocolate. The vanilla is really sweet, but not overly sweet. And then, if you guys were with us last week, you heard the stories about the chocolate and the sister who was chasing us to make chocolate for almost a year and a half, 2 years. And we said that we weren't going to make it until we got 100 requests. And I believe the sister probably called us 50 times, making different requests and having her friends do it. The chocolate is really hot, and it has a nice sort of smell to it. It is chocolatey, chocolatey, chocolatey. It's as close as you can get to a cocoa butter chocolate smell without buying cocoa butter. And last but not least, green tea. This is our antioxidant shea butter. Now, green tea does not come as an essential oil, but it's a really neat green tea fragrance. We like it. It's been probably in the middle of the pack in terms of what we sell. The folks that like it a lot. So solid scent if you're looking for something a little bit different. Green tea and pear if you want something that's kind of out of the box that not a lot of folks have. And a scent that's unique, I'd go with those. And that is pretty much it for the butters. Now, oh, forgot whip. Thank you. Whip shea butter. How did I forget the whip shea butter? I have no idea. Okay. We get a big question. What's the difference between the whip shea butter and the regular shea butter? The whipped is going to be a lot lighter and fluffier. So I'm going to show you one, and then I'm going to open it up so you can actually see it. And then do a comparison between that there and the regular. So if you look inside there, this is the regular on my right, probably your left, and then this is the whipped. This is going to be a lot firmer, and then this is incredibly fluffy. This is like a souffle. This is made with primarily shea butter, coconut oil, and almond oil, and we whip it until it's in tears and get it nice and fluffy and creamy. This requires little to no work to actually get it on your skin. It goes in immediately. And the scent that I'm putting on is actually the beautiful scent, which is the rose and cinnamon. I love it. This is the scent that was actually modeled after my grandmother's farm back in the day. She had a ton of rose bushes and rose oil and spicy cooking, and that's the one that sets it off. We do the whipped in 10 or 12 flavors, and these are actually on the website under premium whip butters. So if you want these, the container's a little bit smaller. We actually compare the container. This comes in our traditional black container. This comes in a much heavier duty container. This is a double wall container. We ran into problems last year when we first launched the whip, where we were selling it, and if it was too warm, the butter would actually melt inside the container. We think we've solved that problem. We're probably going to have to turn off the whip butter in August, in the hottest month, because it can withstand pretty much 90-95 degree temperatures inside this container. But yeah, that was one of the challenges that we were faced with, and we took a lot of time trying to source a container that would actually maintain the integrity of the product. So the whip scents, we have a beautiful, and we do the most popular scents in the regular shea butters, the two most popular, and then we do our premium scents. These are the scents that have always been with us for the last 20 years. So we have a pineapple, we have a lovely, which is a blend of 3 different lavenders. We have an exotic that we just brought back. Normally we do exotic at the beginning, at Christmas time. We do it we do it right around Thanksgiving, and it ends when we run out. We do like 1,000 to 1,500 units, and those are usually gone right around Christmas week, a little bit before. We had several customers that were asking us, we had people buying them 15, 20 at a time. Look, I need this for the whole year because y'all don't make it every day anymore. So we brought it back. You can actually find the exotic, and it's a blend of 10 different flowers. We looked high and low to kind of put this one together. Amazing. This, the cocoa mango, the pineapple, and the blessed are the top 4. We also do a heavenly, which is frankincense and myrrh. There you go. A sensual, which is a really unique fragrance, is ylang ylang and osmanthus. And osmanthus is a flower in South America, but the flower smells like a cross between a pear and a peach. So it has a really unique flavor, smell profile. I love it as well. We do a mystical, which is patchouli and tea tree. So if you're a patchouli lover, we got you. We do a holiday and the whipped, which is ginger, cinnamon, and almond. So if you want that spicy sort of Christmassy feel to it, that's the one. And then we do plain, which has no scent to it, but it is still shea butter, coconut oil, and almond oil. And then we do an energy, which is peppermint, basil, rosemary, and is very, very tingly. Okay? So we've covered the difference between the regular shea butters and the whipped shea butters.
Cost.
Cost?
How much?
Oh, cost is all on the website. Visit the website for the pricing. All right. Do we have any questions that I didn't cover in my explanation of shea butter? Oh, yellow versus white shea butter. I talked about this a little bit on the last sessions with the Soapman. We don't do a yellow shea butter. Traditionally, when you go through the harvest process and you get your shea butter and it ages beyond its normal shelf life, what traditionally happens is it starts to smell. In essence, it goes rancid. So if you bought some shea butter 2 years ago and you're still holding on to it, please throw that stuff away. It has gone rancid. You don't want to use that. When it goes rancid in West Africa, what they will do is they will add palm oil to it. And that palm oil is a bright red, and it turns the butter to a intense goldish color. That pretty much kills the smell, and it makes it have a little greasier feel to it. Some folks will do a turmeric bath with it, or turmeric bath, to kind of kill that smell. But you don't want either of those products. The original product is going to be, again, between tan and an off-white sort of color, nutty, smoky. So we never sell yellow. We don't manufacture with yellow. All right. Questions that I didn't cover?
Where are you located?
We have stores in Detroit, DC, and Baltimore. Detroit and DC are at Eastern Market, and Baltimore is at Patapsco. We had multiple stores in Baltimore, but we scaled down to just one. You can find us online. We ship a ton of orders every day. and we will continue to ship them until we get back on the road and reopen the stores. And we've been shipping them all along. If you've met us in person, we always talk about the fact that one day I'm going to be hanging out with my grandsons and growing watermelons and strawberries and collard greens and greens, and you'll only be able to get it online. Well, that kind of happened with the pandemic. So people are finding us, and a ton of people are finding us. But if you need to get our product, online is always open, is always going to be open.
What do you recommend for men?
I wear cocoa mango, but then I'm comfortable with my masculinity. I want something that the ladies like to smell versus the guys like to smell. The guy comes up to me and says, "Brother, you smell good," I'm doing it wrong. So, that being said, I get a lot of guys that like the Kush scent, and a lot of guys like the sandalwood scent. But then some guys like the fruitier scents. Funny story. In our store in Detroit, there are a ton of police officers that actually use our product there, and the scent of choice is strawberry. So if you in Detroit and you up to no good and you suddenly smell strawberries, it's time for you to go or stop doing what you're doing. Next question.
What happens if you use expired shea butter?
Again, I don't use expired shea butter, but I don't know that I would want to put something that's rancid. You know, as things start to go sour and spoil, not only do the vitamin content levels go down, but there's bacteria there. You don't want that. Next question. Any more? Bueller? All right. Thank you for taking the time to join us. Website is www.puresheastore.com. See, it's right here. Just add .com to it. New logo. Shout out to Unities, Aaron and DeMonte, killing the game. Love the gear. I'm still waiting on my Soapman polos, you know, with the joints. I'm looking for you, DeMonte. You know I need my stuff. So, phone number. You can get us via text or direct call. We get this question all the time. Do you guys take orders over the phone? No, we don't take orders over the phone. You have to hit the website, and that is for your security. You don't want to call anybody and give them your credit card number in this day and age. Hit online. We'll take your order. We'll turn it around. We'll get it to you. Phone number is 410-807-2050. 410-807-2050. You can text us with questions. We do not ship to P.O. boxes. If you are APO or FPO in the military, we had some challenges where they were shutting things down for COVID shipments. They've released that hold, so the post office is accepting boxes to APO. So for our military service members, we will ship to your APOs and FPOs. So those are the only post office boxes that we will ship to. It is easier to ship to your office. So if you're in one of the neighborhoods and you don't trust your neighbors to not swipe your packages, please ship it to your office if you can get to your office. Right now, we're shipping to a lot of homes. Any more questions?
What's the turnaround for shipping?
We cover the turnaround for shipping on our website under our shipping policies. Traditionally, it's 3 to 4 business days once we get your order, and then it's another 3 days for your order to be transported. We ship everything via FedEx Saver service, which is the 3-day. Right now, we're running about a day and a half, 2 days in terms of turnaround. So we're doing a pretty good job of staying on top of it. Normally, this time of the year is our slowest time, but it's been incredibly busy. So we're right on top of it. We're getting them turned around. So if you order something today, you should have it the following week within a day or so. Next question. No questions? Guys, thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming to a little bit of God's Country. We've got one more of these to do. I'm going to turn y'all back around, and we got one more of these to do. We're going to go over hair care, and then we may add another one because some folks have been asking me to show the watermelons and the greens and the spinach and the other stuff, so I got to do a little cleanup back there. And we'll show you some of the stuff that we're growing. Please be safe. Please wear your masks. Please social distance. If you got to get out of line and step to the side so that you can stay safe, please do so. Please wash your hands often. If you need soap, Got you. That's what we do. We make a ton of soap. Peace and blessings.